I would like to finish this matter. The last thing which I will want to mention here, let us see the 10 years of Medinan life when Holy Prophet ﷺ was head of the state, right up to the conquest of Mecca. No war was fought on the borders of Mecca. All wars were imposed on Prophet of Islam, imposed were on the society of Islam, and each and every war was fought either on the border of Medina or closer to Medina. The first was the war of Badr. There was an advancement, an aggression by the Meccans, and Holy Prophet ﷺ and Islamic army fought as the defense of Medina. The war of Uhud was fought on the border of Medina, just 2 miles away. The war of Trench was fought on the border of Medina when Trench was prepared in order to defend the city of Medina. All wars were fought in defense. We can't see in 8 years of Medinan life a single war which can be known as the war of aggression. Each and every war fought by Islam was the war of defense. And in 6th of Hijrah, when Holy Prophet went with 1,500 companions for performing the pilgrimage, the Meccans did not allow him to enter. So even then he accepted their suggestion, and a treaty of peace was prepared. And Holy Prophet signed the treaty of peace. It was a no-war pact for 10 years. But there would be no war and no fight between Medinans and between Meccans. 10 years no war pact was signed. But unfortunately, after 1 year, this was the Meccans who broke this contract and treaty of peace, not the Medinans, not the Muslims. This treaty was broken by the Meccans, non-Muslims. And as a result of that, the city of Mecca was conquered. Even then, when he entered, I mentioned in my 2 days lecture, when he entered, one of the companions, Sa'd bin Ubadah, he raised a slogan and he said, Al-Yawma Yawmul Malhama. This is the day of revenge. Whatever has been imposed and whatever has been happening with us for the last 8 years, today we are going to take revenge. Abu Sufyan came to Holy Prophet ﷺ and said, this is a slogan being raised that you, the Muslims, are going to take revenge from us. Holy Prophet ﷺ got angry. He stood up. He said, this day is not the day of revenge. Al-Yawma Yawmul Marhama. This is the day of mercy. This is the day of forgiveness. This is the day of pardon. This is the day of compassion. We will forgive every enemy who was living here. And Holy Prophet ﷺ, he declared from Mecca, from the Kaaba, Haram of Kaaba, he said, if anybody enters in the house of Abu Sufyan, he will get protection. If anybody disarms himself, he will get protection. If anybody shuts the door and gives a message of peace, he would be protected. So none of the Meccans, there were hundreds of thousands of Meccan non-Muslims, none of them were murdered after conquest of Mecca. None of them. So this was a stance, this was a conduct, and this was a behavior of peace, and this was carried on by the history of Islam throughout. Unfortunately, some criminal elements in these days, they started bringing a bad name to Islam by their own criminal activities, because of their own political agendas, because of their own extremistic, radicalistic and terroristic activities. And at the same time, the mistakes are not committed only from one side. The mistakes are also committed from other side too, in order to their policies. So this is a great misunderstanding between the West and between Islam. If the true face of Islam is identified and the true teachings of Islam are truly understood, And those people who are the criminal and terrorist, they have no religion. They have no attachment to any culture. They have no faith. They are faithless people. They are enemies of humanity as well as they are enemies of Islam. Just after